inside the Niger Delta.
Glad to have you back on the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. Former Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Chief Timi Alaibe, leaves no one in doubt that he is in the Bayelsa governorship race to complete the good works of outgoing Governor Henry Siraka Dixon and further break new frontiers for the sustainable development of the state. Chief Alaibe, who is a frontline aspirant in the September 3 governorship primaries of the People's Democratic Party (PDP, intends to deploy his vast experience in private and public sectors to transform Bayelsa State.
Chief Alaibe, a chartered accountant and finance expert, has a remarkable track record in the private sector, notably in the sphere of banking where he rose to the pinnacle of his career. In 2001, he was appointed Executive Director of Finance and Administration of the NDDC and rose to become the Commission's Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. With his wealth of experience in the private and public sectors of the economy, Alaibe is fully equipped with the intellectual compass to steer the ship of Bayelsa on a steady course to the promised land.
We will espouse our belief of using government as a social investment platform in the implementation of social infrastructural projects, security, health, and the environment. But more importantly, we will espouse our interest in using governance or government as an enabler for a conducive environment, peaceful and conducive environment to attract private sector capital, private sector experience, and private sector strategy in implementing accelerated economic development.
Prior to the September 3 governorship primaries of the PDP, the more politically discerning Bayelsans are rooting for Alaibe, and it appears their choice of the Opukuma-born politician is not misplaced after all. Over the years, Alaibe has demonstrated an uncommon passion for the development of Bayelsa State and the rest of the Niger Delta, and continues to identify with projects that are strategic to the region's socio-economic development. Recently, Alaibe had cause to celebrate the inroads made by Governor Siraka Dixon in the construction of the Sagbama Ekeremor road, which now links scores of isolated riverine communities in the Bayelsa West Senatorial District.
Driving through this road, I am impressed. I want to say congratulations to the people of Ekeremor and thank this performing governor that for once we have been able to drive through our communities and come this distance of the Niger Delta.
The Sagbama Ekeremor Road project was conceived about 40 years ago during the administration of President Shehu Shagari in the First Republic, but was not executed until it was awarded by the NDDC in 2004. The construction of the road was by no means an easy task, as it required dismantling thick forests in a largely swampy terrain, but the NDDC, under the dynamic leadership of Alaibe, had soldiered on to a point when the project saw the light of day.
This is a cut-through virgin forest, and you can see that it is to buttress the point that NDDC is traversing through the communities, through virgin forests, through the thick and thin, to ensure that we connect the Niger Delta. Yes, it's tedious, yes, it's heavy, the cost is heavy, but you try to span it through to meet the milestones that has been designated for the project.
On one occasion during his frequent visits to the Ekeremor Sagbama Road, Alaibe was accompanied by Senator Heineken Lukbobri, who is from Ekeremor.
This is, I think, the most important project, to the people of Sagbama and Ekeremor local government areas, because the cost of transportation or the difficulty in communication in our area, because you have to pass through the rivers. If I have to, when I live here, I'm going to my hometown, I have to pass through Delta State, then take a boat. I will drive for about 40 minutes to get to Ekeremor. But we're happy today that NDDC has shown to the whole world that despite the difficulty, about the terrain, it's achievable.
The NDDC built the Sagbama Ekeremor route through Tumbo Bolorua and stopped at Ebedebiri, from where Governor Seriake Dixon continued the construction to Tororua and is now extending it to Ekeremor. Alaibe, who is excited that for the first time the over 90 riverine communities in the Bayelsa West Senatorial District can now access other parts of the state by road, hails Governor Dixon for taking the project this far. He promises to take the 100-kilometer Sagbama Ekeremor road up to Age, where the proposed Bayelsa deep sea port is located, if elected the next governor of Bayelsa State.
We are going to extend that to a place called Age, where we have the ocean, the deep sea port activity. That will change the economic landscape of our state, and also on the brass axis.
The Sagbama Ekeremor Road, Oditrofani Road and Sao Paul Road are some of the several big-ticket projects awarded and executed by the NDDC under the supervision of Timi Alaibe. Coming from a background of development, Alaibe recognizes the need for a politically stable and secure environment to promote rapid transformation in Bayelsa State. To this end, he has devised a robust social security policy to effectively tackle the menace of youth restiveness in a state that is fondly referred to as the Jerusalem of all Ijaw people.
Inside the Niger Delta.
In furtherance of his governorship ambition in Bayelsa State, Chief Timi Alaibe recently submitted his expression of interest forms at the headquarters of the People's Democratic Party in Abuja. Having fulfilled his party's precondition to vie for the governorship of Bayelsa State, Alaibe counts on the support of Bayelsans to enable him articulate his roadmap for a new beginning in the oil-rich state.
I've run an organization 145 local governments. Bayelsa State is just 8 local governments. Don't I have the capacity to run this? I've run a system that had over 5,000 projects. I don't think that the projects in Bayelsa State are up to 5,000 projects. So I come with that strong capacity and business sense to ensure that our people enjoy my vision of a shared economic prosperity.
The former NDDC boss enjoins Bayelsans to cast their votes for the PDP, which it describes as the party that truly connects with the Ijaw people and their counterparts in the Niger Delta.
Bayelsa State is a PDP state. We will continue to support the activities of PDP currently as being pursued by our dear Governor Seriake Dixon, who has led the party well, and you all know that, and has invested in quite strong, a lot of infrastructural projects. We will continue with that in this process as we become governor, and also underscore the prosperous economic agenda for our people. And we'll pursue that aggressively.
Inside the Niger Delta.